Looking out my back door. What is up, everybody? It is Jay Wilson. It's me. And today we're going to discuss some things. I apologize if my head is, out of whack right now, because I got my credit card stolen, which is not cool. Not at all cool. But it is what it is. Rex, my man, what's up? Daniel, Juan, all the peeps. Beyonce says, because if you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it. Kreger says, because if you like the water, you should have put a lid on it. So Kreger's knows exactly what this video is going to be about. I greatly appreciate you folks taking the time to come out. Do me a favor. This is like a challenge. I have to challenge you. Share this video and like it. I don't know what I'm doing that's not getting these videos out, but go face the book, the tweets, the Insta likes, the TikTakies, the Snapchatties, all of the things. I would love to see all of it. But we've got folks from Australia in here, and I greatly appreciate that because everyone knows that I love the land down under. I got one of my best friends is from Sydney. His whole family's from there. So I've got lots of friends that are connected to Australia. So somebody just said, what is up? And with the chilly face. So let me give you a quick recap of what has been happening. If you watched last week's live video, we talked about the problems we were having with, does anybody know? And now we have this crazy weather. And what I mean crazy weather is I would rather just have 12, 15 inches of snow put right on top of us. I would. However, that's not the way Oklahoma does any of this. Oklahoma likes to pregame prior to the big snow. So we lay on the thick ice, literally ice. I'm talking ice on electrical lines, ice on trees, the whole 9 yards. And then we're supposed to get a crazy snowstorm potentially Sunday. So that puts us with heavy starting now, and then negative whatever this weekend, and then next week. I don't know what to do. But it is what it is. If you did watch last week's video, I did discuss the scenarios of moving and how that was going to play out. And I don't usually talk about what I'm about to talk about just because I think it's a negative, but it's kind of crappy. So technically, when it comes to it, discrimination. And it happens every day. Doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from, it happens. Case in point, we were trying to hear from the builder. I finally found his cell phone number online because nobody was really getting back to us. And at this point, Jeff Ross, it was no longer a custom build. It was already being built. It already had a price tag. If we would have came in, the only thing we really would have done was change a couple of things like paint, but it doesn't make it a custom home. So we came up with the money. Figured it out. Sold some Ninja Turtles. I did. I sold quite a bit of Ninja Turtles, actually. But that's okay because that's what we needed to do. So came up with the 1%, dropped the money down, heard nothing. Matter of fact, I still got the check I got to dispose of. Heard nothing. Then all of a sudden, magically, when I get a hold of the builder, he calls me back just like that. And what does he tell me? Well, sorry about that, but this is the dealio, okay? We're building a custom home here, and we would love for you to be a part of this, but we got two rules. It's we're going to change the money aspect, okay? It's going to be no longer a 1% here, okay? What's going to happen is now we're going to change it from earnest money to a deposit, okay? And so we're going to need double what you're trying to give. What? Kind of weird. Why is that? Well, this is a custom build here. And now, hold the phone, sir. You're building this house no matter what. That's how we found it. Why is it custom all of a sudden? Well, that's the way we're doing things right now. And you have a clause inside your contract, and it says that this deal, this sale here, is contingent on the VA appraisal process. Okay, so if I take out the VA and I'd add FHA or traditional or whatever AA play we put on there, are you going to take out the appraisal? Because the bank's not going to give the money if the home doesn't appraise. So this didn't make any sense to me. Oh, well, this is the process, Mr. Wilson. So if you want to come up with double the money and pull that contingency out, then that's something we can do. So if I put double the money down and I pull a contingency out and we get to the end, and let's say it doesn't appraise. I don't think that it would have a problem, but let's say it doesn't. Not only do I lose double the money, but anything that we added along the way is also gone, unless we can come up with the appraisal difference. So Mr. Silverstone Custom Homes doesn't want to deal with a VA mortgage, which apparently doesn't want to deal with any money, and ultimately tried to price me essentially in the beginning. Well, I flip you two birds. So we're done. I will not even look. So now the focus is trying to find a house immediately. I mean, we have the money, we're ready. So now it's finding a house immediately, and that started already. So that's a process. Talk to the landlord. He said I can leave early, but if I want to stay, I got to pay more. So we'll see how it all goes. But that right there. And what's crazy is this builder doesn't have any bad reviews other than taking down a tree or two on somebody's lot, and then their friends came in and reviewed. They're a pretty high-end builder. And what I mean by high-end is they don't really have a ton of bad reviews. The bad reviews are that it was the trees. They're on all of this other mumbo jumbo accreditation. They do a lot of homes that are well out of our price range, but it was just weird. So the only thing that I can come up with is he tried to price me out originally with the double the money, and then the discrimination part of, well, you can't have a VA loan. Well, that doesn't make any sense. So that's that. This isn't my first rodeo building a home, but this is the first time I've ever heard that. Let me get to some questions. You have the money, those reviews go away. They do. You're right. Get everything in writing. Yeah, we're not doing anything with them. Hey, what is up? Y'all. 3 tanks in the garage. Here we go. All right. So with that being said, we're still looking for a house. So hopefully we find one from now until, closing I think is 45 days. But the main title of this video is, can anybody tell me? Was anybody paying attention? Anyone? The title of the video was not leaking. That was the photo. Thank you, Wendy. But water is just going into the air, I guess. I actually thought that, see, there you go. It's losing water. And then is it leaking was the wallpaper. I did wallpaper, the thumbnail. I did think that the saltwater tank was leaking the other day, but it just so happens I was really tired over the weekend and did a little drippy drip, a little bit more than a drippy drip. But I'm getting tired of topping off this tank. Tired of it. And I'm curious to hear from you. If you have open tanks, is it a pain for you? Now, I know saltwater folks, so I guess I can consider myself a saltwater folk since there is a saltwater aquarium, but it's like, sup, bro? You got saltwater, colorful rock? Let's do it, okay? We're going to add the double T ATO 4-5 clear L toilet paper roll scrub. We're going to add it. We're going to do it. We're going to put it all onto this control board. We're going to press 2 buttons, up, down, left, right, whole day. Boom. You're going to dose 2 of this, 1 of this, half that, quarter of that, and a 16th of that. And bam, you're going to have yourself a wicked awesome saltwater tank. Welcome to reef keeping, bruh. Look, I don't have time for all the dosing and the tap rackies and all that happy stuff. But I will tell you that a larger tank would require an ATO. An ATO is an automatic top off, right? So I would have to have a massive ATO for what is happening in this home. Now, I controlled that one, the smaller aquarium, a little bit better than I can control this one. That one, I'm probably topping off, and we're moving. So the idea is I don't want, and I'm upgrading that tank when I move. So I don't really want to focus in on adding a ton of stuff. So to me, the 5-gallon jug is very easy, right? I could drop a pump meep, or I could just pour it right into the sump. It is what it is. And the ATO would work flawlessly on that if I added one. And I have thought about it multiple times. But this thing right here, this thing, I am adding a jug a week, if not more, depending on what's happening. Now, evaporation is the key. We know that. That's the science part. The bigger it's dropping. Matter of fact, I just topped this off today, as a matter of fact, but 2 days prior to that. And right here it says Neptunian cube. Bang! I usually fill it up. You can see the line today. Can you see it? Gone. Just in thin air. And the idea is I'm not worried about it, but I'm going to have a massive ATO onto this aquarium. Or I can go the cheaper route where I don't have to worry about that, and I can get a nice canopy or lid or whatever. But here's the problem. It's frameless, so I have to come up with all this mumbo jumbo. And the tank in front of me, evaporation, 0. Got glass lids. It works amazing. So I was working with a company. I just don't think it's going to work completely. So I started looking at some other tanks, and those other tanks have really cool, minimal, modern looking lids. I don't want the big canopies anymore. Queen Victoria has made you this aquarium. I don't want that anymore. I want, a lip maybe this big, and it's gloss white, and inside I can cut the layers. I'm not a DIY guy, right? I'm not the person that's going to go there and cut my 45s. 1, could I do it? Yes. But 2, I would be a pain in the butt to myself, and it would take a lot of time, and time I'm trying to get back. And I know it's a certain part, but the moment I do that, I'm going to want to do something else. And it's like, I can't do it. I shouldn't say I can't. Liam would say, you can't say that. I don't want to do it. So I reached out to a couple companies that had been referred to me, and I can buy a 6-foot glass aquarium and turn it upside down and lay it on top of it. Before I would buy a custom, so to speak, there's 6-foot tanks out there that do this. But the amount of money it's not happening. I could buy that tank and even just go break it apart and use a panel, and even the waste wouldn't bother me because it would be less than what the quote was coming in. And so my ultimate thought is in my head, if I can find somebody locally, or somebody that has, some blueprints that can help, and I can get it to somebody here that can make it. But ultimately, I just want something that's, 4 fingers tall that can rest on this glass, and then I can put glass lids inside that canopy, and then have a cover on top of it. I don't understand why that would cost that much money. I get it. Lumber costs have went up, but I'm talking, it doesn't even have to be, it could be cheap lumber, blueprinted out, and then even laying some glossy acrylic over it. I don't know, but the prices I was getting just for flat lids are like $600. Get out of here. I mean, no. So Planet Aquarium is what I'm looking at. Well, yeah, if I can contact Planet, but they are gonna charge me an arm and a leg to do that. Custom acrylic lids, I just talked about that. Plastic cover for temp. Well, that's the idea. I want to keep the evaporation from happening. And, somebody said I have, wooden hoods with the glass lids on it, almost 0 evaporation. I get it. I've had that before. These are more attractive to me. And what I love about it is how clean they look. What I don't love about it is the evaporation. And maybe it's this home. Maybe it's the ceiling heights compared to the size, compared to the heat ratio to outside, but it is atrocious. Now, keep in mind, almost all of the aquariums I have in here are open top except the one there. But the evaporation out of this, being the largest one, is insane. You can buy plastic lids from your local fish store. I could, but there isn't a frame. I don't want it to look like I bought a beautiful aquarium and, you know, okay, let's put it this way. I don't want to buy a Hellcat and slap a Dodge neon fender on it, right? The idea is I want it to be clean still because that's what I want. I don't care about, nobody really sees these aquariums except you folks. I want to look at something that's clean. If I'm looking at something that's not clean, like the black trimmed Congo tank frustrates me. I can't even say it right because of the framing sitting on a really nice painted stand. Now I want to paint the stand white and I'm tempted to paint the trim white, but then the silicone is black. So I'm in this weird conundrum where, yeah, I could probably do a bunch of DIY stuff. It would take me time I don't have. These past 2 weekends, we've had Liam. This weekend we don't. It's super cold. It's going to be, what I mean by super cold, I mean really cold. And it's going to be very hard for me to work in the garage only because I can't put my truck in the driveway. It will slide into the road. Already tried it. So I'm going to go through these questions and comments and answers. What's going on, Autumn Rose? Love the look of your aquarium. Reminds me of the Red Sea Reefer Max, but seems better because of the stand. The stand is, phenomenal. It is. It's awesome. We can buy plastic lids. I've said that. Make a pull down lid, any material attached to the wall that lifts up and pulls down like a Murphy bed. Attach it so that it comes down on top of the aquarium and acts as a lid, but easy to lift. So I've seen a lot of this stuff where they have built-in hydraulics on it. I can't attach anything to the wall. This is a rental space. We're leaving in 5 months, if not sooner. Will those clips hold lids that big? If I can get those clips, but the problem that I'm running into is that person is very busy and we were going to work together to create a product for this line of aquariums. There are adapters that clip to the sides and create a flip so you can place a custom piece of glass on it, thin glass. That is true. But this is all glass. So I have to take those clips that are strong enough, which I believe are probably going to be metal, and figure out how to attach it here so that that glass lays down and then I can lift it up, right? But I'm losing water quick. And I mean quick. And that's why the title was Losing Water Fast, because it's happening, especially right now, way too much. So I don't know if anybody has some blueprints to create. The idea that I have is to create a easy, I can stand over this, right? So even if I put, let's say 5 inches, matter of fact, I think I got shabing. Here we go. Trash bags and duct tape. Sounds great. Sounds like the Dodge Neon. But no, what I'm thinking is it rests 4 inches, right? Perfect at 4 inches. Even if it sat down a little bit, 4 inches, had a line like a middle of the way, has a lip, and bang, I can rest glass lids on it. Woo! Sounds amazing, right? But I'm willing to pay. Just not willing to pay what somebody's like, hey, you need that Dodge Neon, that bumper for your Hellcat? So I'll charge you Hellcat prices for your Dodge Neon bumper, right? And now that bumper's, $14,000. I'm making this up, but that's just the way I felt. And they weren't far off from each other. And then I've had a couple of folks that said that they can help. And I know with everything going on, it becomes difficult and maybe they lost track. And I'm not going to keep bugging anybody. That's not me. Right now, we are not in a drier climate. We thought we were going to hit a drier climate, and then it's been nothing but humidity with ice. So it is, I would say the humidity is higher outside, but I've been able to keep the humidity lower in here, but I'm not even running the dehumidifier. I'm telling you, something's up with this house. If the guys in Australia that have acrylic company and make custom lids, well, I'm not in Australia. Make a frame and the rest for glass. I don't know, just a thought. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it's almost like just a nice glossy, it could even be aluminum. Like I could even just, I mean, there's aquariums that are out there like that. They look like this, and then they have like a 4-inch lip, perfectly squared off. George Farmer's got tanks like that, but I'd have to make one. And by doing that, I can then put my glass lids or whatever I want inside, and bada bing, bada boom. No, like it's for the support tank is good. I don't know where we're at now. Is there a make a frame and the rest for the glass? Yeah, but even if I do that, this is all glass. So if I make, you're going to see it. That's the thing. I'm going to have this ugly frame piece because of how long the tank is. So I have to displace the weight. So if I put a clip here, it's hideous. Right? Even if I glued Euro bracing, if I Euro braced this whole thing, which is great, I'm essentially doing that with that frame. But if I Euro brace this, you're going to see it. And it's going to be ugly. It would be different. Matter of fact, if you look at, I'll even bring them up, Fluval, they do the flex tanks and they have the perforated look. That perforated look's for a bunch of stuff. It's for salt creep, it's for the water level, and it's for all of their shrimp and things that would hang there. You don't really see it. Clear plastic is never like this. You know you're going to see it, and there's no way I'm going to glue it here so that it looks seamless. That's the idea. It's going to look like doo-doo like this when I'm running it there. Now, if I didn't have to do it in the front, maybe. But the idea is I can get away with an even easier thing if somebody locally either was able to do it out of acrylic, white acrylic, or that is local that knows how to build a decent put together so it doesn't fall apart on me, and rock and roll. But I mean, even if I just laid acrylic down, that's easy. Laid a piece of glass down, I'm still going to see it here. So if I have to put something over it that's not recessed in a way, right? That's not sitting like almost flush, which is not going to happen anymore. Then I would have to put that 4-inch hood on it. Make sense? So the clips are clear acrylic. I can't spell. No, I get it, but you're still going to see them. I mean, I'm sure I have something. Look. No, this doesn't work. I was going to say, I'm going to put my blue light glasses on. They're clear, but you can still see it, right? See? It's that lip part. Like this even bothers me because of the evaporation, where I don't see it on the other tank. So I'm thinking I just need to either draw and get with somebody locally that can do it and just have them make it. But the white, what does it say? White acrylic wouldn't look bad. No, it wouldn't. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to pull it up. So this way we have everything we need in terms of my vision. And then you can get an idea. So you want an invisible lid. Yes, that's what I want. I want Wonder Woman and X-Men and everybody. No, I'm saying I want a canopy, a thin canopy like this. Can you see it? Does it make sense now? Actually, let me crank that brightness up there. Oh, it darkened everything. You see that beautiful canopy? Bang. White acrylic canopy, small height, just so it fits the light you have height-wise. Yes, that's it. That is all I need. That's it. Perfect. Now, can you build it? I mean, that's where I'm at with it. And it's, I don't know. That's the life of a fish keeper, I guess, where when I first started, I could go get an aquarium, set it up and be like, ugh. Now I'm like, it needs to be real straight lines like this guy. Okay, I don't like to look at that. This has got to be special to me in my heart. I'm looking at it. It's beautiful. But that's me, because I am looking at it. And I talk about that all the time. Like, this should be exactly what you want, because it's you that has to look at it. The videos are awesome, but if you take that all away, you have to like it. I don't like it right now. So, you know, the Vivariums are good. Like the Paludarium, I don't know if you remember, Custom Aquariums built it. It's rocking. I love it. Somebody said a fish is swimming vertical. Let me see. I thought I just saw somebody said, what does it mean when a fish is swimming vertical in circles? They're pretty much done, unless they're trying to eat something back there. Let me see. Nope. Everybody looks good. I feel you're paying great ideas, but a ton of money and make yourself custom, and nobody wants what we want. Yeah, I mean, that's the idea. So 6 acrylic hangers, 3 inches wide recessed, 3/8 3-inch place, 3 wide glass, the length of the tank, hand lids from this. Krager's is coming to build it, because I don't know what just happened. A company called Anything Acrylic here in Australia do exactly what you want. Maybe they could give you plans, or with shipping might work out cheaper. If they shipped me something from Australia and it was cheaper, I would lose it, because I don't know how it would be, but I greatly, Patty, the life of Patty, I greatly appreciate that. Now, if somebody wants to super chat themselves the airline ticket money, I'll use that money to pay for them to come here. And you have a room to stay, and we can build it together. But yeah, so that, I mean, it's like those crazy ideas. Like Wendy and I were talking, and she's like, well, what if we find a home and we can't get the aquariums in there right away? What should we do? And I'm like, well, maybe I just drain the tanks. But then I got to figure out where to put the fish. The Congo tank's not as big of an issue as this big tank. The other tanks are empty. The turtle can go into a tub. It just becomes, what do I do for this? Cunningham, no. Super chat me the money for your plane ticket. I'll pay for it with that money, and you can come here. I'll treat you to all the dinners and buy all the materials and pay for your time, and we can build it. And this is what I struggle with. This is the life of anybody in this head. If I look at something, let's say this, right? But it's just a sheet of wood, or just moved to Australia. Well, that's going to get expensive. So this is the sheet of wood. I go to the store and they want X dollars for this. And I look at it and I'm like, no, I can get bigger and have it cut for cheaper. I just have to cut it myself. When it comes to this idea that I have, it's not complex. One, I don't think I have all the tools to do it. That's number one. It can be made out of wood. I can then have acrylic sheets cut to glue on the front of it that are glossy white, or try my best to paint it glossy white, or whatever the case is. But I think what I would struggle with is the 45s. The other part is just making sure you have glued hinges that are on the corners of it, and it sits like it's got a magic, just boop, just sits like that. Long piece, same long piece. 2 of the same short pieces, 45. And then there's a lip. I don't need anything special. That's it. I mean, if they could probably do it with leftovers. Like legitimately do it with leftovers. Like if somebody was cutting big sheets of acrylic and they wanted to do it out of acrylic and we can glue it. Yeah, I just, boop, done. In my head, it's that easy. So I guess when folks were doing it, they were trying to do custom lids, which is why it was so expensive. So if anybody knows anybody in the Oklahoma or Dallas area, or I mean, Kansas is close enough, that has an acrylic shop that can cut, or that can make me something like this, you need a collab video with the King of DIY. Joey's in Canada. I'd have to go all the way. Look, I call Joey right now and say, Joey, hey, need your help. He'd say, okay. But then I got to figure out how to get it here. And it's, yeah, you have an acrylic tank manufacturing company in Vegas. It's called ATM. Yeah. Right. I'm going to call ATM to have them build me a hood. And I've already said that somebody was too expensive for their custom thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me pricing it out of my head, and I think it's supposed to be cheaper than it is. You can use a piece of foam like yoga mat, trim it to size, paint it with Krylon to match your wall paint, and lay it on top. Technically a Dodge Neon, but wouldn't look like that. Oh my goodness. I'm going to show you something. I bought this myself. This is not a plug. It's a friend supporting a friend. Boom. George Farmer's book. Killer. It's pretty nice, actually. I bought it directly from him on his website. And he wrote me a little note. He said, Jay, my fellow veteran, service before self. Keep on scaping. George Farmer. Check it out. It says on the back, US $24.99. Seems awfully cheap for all this work. But it's a step-by-step guide on how to scape. Look out, George Farmer. I'm coming. But no, seriously, check it out. Good dude, former Royal Air Force veteran. You know him. And if you don't, it's George Farmer on YouTube. He's got some fantastic content. And he just seems, from the times that I've either sat down and hung out with him or went to dinner or whatever the case was, every time that I've met him, he's always seemed like a humble person, and I greatly appreciate that. American dollar is worth almost double Australian. Golly. Custom cut glass is cheap as heck. I did it for an oddball 110. We're back to that. So if anybody knows anybody locally, I appreciate it, Nicholas. But we're talking about doing like a custom canopy type thing. So that's it in a nutshell for me. Not the video's not over, but I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Krager's Fish just sent a video or a photo. Just get a kitchen cabinet from IKEA and use the panels. Wait a minute. Let's put another shrimp on the bobby. What movie is that from? Dumb and Dumber. Come on. It's one of my favorite movies. And that's not exactly how he says it either. So let me pull this up from Krager's Fish. If you folks got questions, ask them. I mean, I really just wanted to talk about this debacle I'm in and be real. And they're prawns, not shrimps in Australia. And we sometimes call them mud bugs. But yeah, this is what I do in my head. Seriously, this is what I do in my head. Like I'm battling over that, and I'm trying to figure that out. Is going to be bigger, the Paludarium. I'm going to do some DIY stuff to that, but I'm not going to fill it. I've said that before. Custom aquariums, they nailed it for everything that I needed out of that, and it's perfect. Maybe I can call them and get a hood made, but that's going to be expensive to ship. Red Sea DIY covers on Fish Tanks Direct shows you how to build it. Maybe you can adapt it to use a thin acrylic paint. Yeah, I know how they're making it with the mesh. My local fish store here I go to check it out. Maybe I'll have him make it. Maybe he'll do it. Somebody said, can you shout me out, please? I apologize, but I have no idea how to pronounce your name. Shadrake Uamana. Shadrake Uamana. Shout out. Looks like make it out of aluminum for the frame. It could be. Yeah, I mean, it could be acrylic. It just depends. Look, I'm trying to tell everybody how to make it, and I don't even know how to make it myself. Let's see. Here we go. Craig's Fish. Boom, 2 messages. Make this out of acrylic like the old oceanic tank lids you used to set on. Look at that. Craigers, that was the initial idea. So he has the initial idea. I don't know if you can see it on that camera, but it's the initial idea that I had. The problem is, even if I may, and it is great, saran wrap and be done. It's about to happen. So hold on. There is, if I do that again, just like the old oceanic tanks, which had this Euro bracing piece that sat lower, I would still need trim to hide that piece because of it's like just shy of 22 inches this way. The glass is 15 millimeters, I believe. So I've done all that, but at the end, man, he's going to kill him. I'm sorry, he's going to kill him. But at the end of the day, I think that the canopy is ideal. So Jared Rice, watching one of your older videos this week and noticed you had a temporalis with your Tropheus and Dardanelle in the previous 220. How did it work out? I kind of want to try doing the same thing. He, AKA Zombie Fish, got moved because he was a straight D-bag later on in life. A lot of stuff transpired from that tank. They did great. He killed every other temporalis that was in there. I didn't just have one. But long story short, I had him. I put him in his own tank. He jumped out. He was dry. Put him back in. Survived. I then waited enough time that I thought he was substantially healthy enough. I put him in here. Everything was good. Eremotus, the gobies, going crazy. And then the Dardanelle were often, and I don't know what was happening with the tank. The pH is what we went through the whole video. I have no idea. But he went in that batch with them. But he looked like he was in a fight. Big time. Why does this tank have all the problems? This one? It's open. But it doesn't have problems right now. It had problems before. And I'm also on source water that I don't like at all. I'm renting. It's made it very, very, very difficult for me keeping fish here because there are so many different variables. This water pushes water like crazy. It's different. But yes, what kind of fish do you have? Shadarique, Unimana, are they from Africa? Yes, they are from Africa. But source water is an issue here. The fluctuation is weird with the open top. Just the everything. This is... keeping fish from the apartment to here. I'm really good at keeping shrimp right now. Liam's shrimp are doing great. The turtle's doing fantastic. Slash is amazing. Saltwater tank's doing great. And I mean, this tank's doing great right now. They're all aggressive. And at some point, they're nasty. The Dardanelle, last one remaining with one other. And he's beating the living snot out of him, chasing him, wearing him out, pushing him to the side. And I don't have anything I can do. The trophies are going to get the same way at some point when they get older. The gobies have fought to the death of all themselves, so I think I have a few. And it's crazy. Is the shrimp tank close? It is not. And this is all connected by wires. I'm using a regular camera. Paul Jones just messaged me. Fab4 Aquatics, is that freshwater tank or saltwater? This is fresh. So let me see what Fab4 had to say. Oh no. What did I do? I'm going to have to do this. If you go to Instagram after this, Kyle, I'll do a live video there and show you. Draw out what you want with the measurements and I will get it made over here with a CNC machine. And do you want the inside lip router groove so you can lay lids on inside? Ooh. Then I just have to go pick it up. Be like me. Get a jar and think after while you forget your issue. May I add a separator? What? What's going on here? What? What's a separator? Huh? I have no idea. Think we're being trolled now. So KG Cichlids in the house, not to be confused with King George Cichlids. tropicals. Renting sucks. You must be glad you're finally about to buy your own. Wish I had bought a house when I was younger. Yeah, I am. It's gotten to the point where, you know, you got to do what you got to do, right? But at the end of the day, this isn't for me. This isn't for us. This isn't for Wendy. This isn't for Liam. And it's because of just a bunch of variables. And I'm hoping one day, you know, sooner than later, we're going to be in that special place and we can build. Like, that was the idea. We saw a place. It had 4 garages, not a big house. I mean, it's a big house, but not like, you know, 5,000 square feet big, but it had 4 garages, 3 attached and then 1 through a breezeway. And I was like, oh my goodness, if we can insulate that, we could turn that into a fish room. This would be great. Off-topic question. What kind of camera do you use? Sony A6600. So there's just lots that's playing out right now. And I'm grateful to be where I'm at. You know, there are days where it's frustrating, but it is what it is. It's going to try Flex Seal. Boom! Just slap it on. Boom! Flex Seal. So let's ask a few questions, and then I'll get to the final nitty gritty for those that want to hear the nitty gritties. Yeah, do that. I'm gonna put Flex Seal on this thing. No. But I mean, if I was doing a quick verbal update, everything else is doing well. There's a lot of algae being built in Slash, the turtle's tank. And he is gregarious, loves food. I've got a heat lamp that comes on. He still doesn't come out of the water. I post a video and I get like attacked. They're like, I've been keeping turtles for like 47 years now. And you don't know what you're doing, sir. They need the heat lamp, the basking area, and they need all of the turtle things. You, sir, are a disgrace. Okay, no, because if you did know turtlies, you would know that that specific turtle doesn't come out of the water fully until a certain size. Bing! Light bulb. But you did what we call assumptions, which is the mother of all, right? So stop just spewing unnecessary things. But anyways, that's a little rant. Slash is doing amazing. He's eating. I've got to do an update video. I got to do a lot of things. I got a career that I'm attacking. And Kermit the Frog here. And there's just so many different things. I thought about putting fish in and moving him once we get to the house with some fish and doing all those little things. Yes, we are pre-approved for the VA loan. Thank you very much, sir. No, I am not a teacher. Do you breed fish? I did at one time. What is my thought on flower horns? I don't like them. I think they're hideous. They have a lot of personality, but they're ugly. If how it's all done is really the way it's all done, it is disgusting about how many fish are thrown in a certain area that have completely decimated a specific area because they didn't have a cool bump on their heads. All right, children, no bump, no bump, no bump, no bump, bump, stay to the back, bump, diddy bump, diddy bump. No, they're just absolutely, it's grotesque. It's the amount of fish. What do they do with them? They either kill them, culling, or they throw them into this part of the, I don't even think it's an ocean. It's not an ocean. It's, but I don't know if it's like a massive lake or a pond. I'll have to get more information. Damn, Jay, how do you get your water so clear? I don't know. I did a video on it and it did really well. And then a bunch of other people did videos on it. And now just do some water changes and get proper filtration and don't overfeed. That's the best I could tell you. I think you're the best person for doing lives. Well, I greatly appreciate that, Jasper. Not a lot of people think so, but I appreciate the folks that are here. Like the Green Lantern movie, that bad guy. Well, the Green Lantern movie, nobody knows because nobody's ever watched that. Do you like rainbow fish? Absolutely. At a sump? Absolutely not. I don't use polyfill anymore, but it still works really well. I'll buy batting. That works. Somebody who just messaged me. Josh Cunningham, getting messages left and right there. I'm Mr. Popular. If people want bumps so bad, maybe this. What? Yeah, I like pike cichlid, no bump. Pike cichlids are cool. I mean, I want to keep Petrochromis. Bad. But it's tough. Do you like betta fish? Yeah, I do actually. But I only like placat. I don't like the long fins, that stuff. Yeah, I just like placats. Love your channel. I appreciate that. I mean, that's the idea. Maybe there is a point. Well, I don't think so. Just because I don't put a lot of focus in onto creating videos because I don't want it to be disingenuous. If I want to do it, I do it. And ideally it's something that I'm going through or I'm doing or I'm reviewing. And it's no matter what I do, there's always criticism. I saw your review of that fish store and I barely saw any fish. I just saw your face. And then when I don't show face and I show more fish, you're like, you didn't freaking tell me anything about what you were doing. And it's like, oh my goodness, come with me. Come with me and then help me. I'm one person with two hands. Yeah, I can only do so much. Where are you moving to? Up the road. I like koi bettas. Yeah, there are koi placat bettas. The large Lalupi is looking at the Wilson clan through the breeder box like a kid looks at ice cream through a window. He's hungry. I love Lalupi. Hope you are doing well. Sergeant Tanks! Yes, I think we are all doing well. Hope you are doing the same. You would be a good teacher. Are you a scholar? I am not a scholar, nor would I make a great teacher. Because I would not be good. You get the tank from that aquarium place, just curious. Of course, Jamal's a homie. Me and Jamal are homies. Remember the 25 cents? You get the little homies? That's me and him. Yeah, I don't know. That was a lot of energy just exuded into that one small segment. Just throwing it out there, Lake Tanganyika killifish. Golly. Your mom. What? Who's this guy? Jones come? Who's this guy? Okay, I need to ask for him to get a quote to ship to Cali. Look at this guy. Again, he thinks he's cute. He can't even spell. All right, buddy. We're going to have to get rid of you. Goodbye. So what does it say? Imagine it would cost a fortune. Nah, I don't know. Shipping tanks is different because a lot of the money is built into it, but you'll have to figure that out. Jay, when you move, are you going to make a video of how to move all the fish tanks? I've done like 14,000 of them videos. I got 2 videos. The last one I've done, and then I did one before that. So put them together and you get the best possible video. I don't know. Where's Candy? It's not Candy's job. She does it for free. Love the look of the tank. I appreciate it. I put the thought went into it to create something that I was excited. I use Chemi Pure Blue. Do you think Purigen is more cost effective? I don't think so. That's not something I think is. He could have at least said a funny mom joke. Well, yeah, he didn't say anything. It was just, what are you doing? You done did those videos, huh? Ben done did those videos. Oh, I think I told some folks. I got had. Like right before this video went, I get the alert. Hello, Mr. Wilson. Your credit card has been compromised. So I went and looked. Who in their right mind is going to use a credit card for the Holiday Inn in Illinois and then Build-A-Bear Workshop? Come on, people. If you're going to do it with some gusto. Golly. Well, we're just going to have a nice little stay here at the Holiday Inn, and we're going to get Jimmy and Sarah a nice little Build-A-Bear. Maybe we'll do a Train Your Dragon, huh? You want Light Fury and Night Fury? We could do that for you. Like, really, what were you doing where it was Holiday Inn and Build-A-Bear? I mean, Let's get crazy, like the Ritz-Carlton, and instead of Build-A-Bear, half of FAO Schwartz. Like, let's get crazy. My goodness. Do you use the Chemi Pure Blue and Elite on your plant tanks? No, I do not. Matter of fact, I've only used Chemi Pure Blue. I've done videos on, I've used Chemi Pure Elite before. Right now, I am not using Chemi Pure Blue. I was trying out another product, and I don't notice a major difference, to be honest with you. Maybe they did with the Jay. You remind me of Les Claypool. I don't even know who that is. Maybe that's sad, and I feel bad. Maybe they were using the Bears as, oh my goodness. I do not think they were using them to move any illegal things to Build-A-Bear, safe for shrimp. No, I don't think so. But I'm not going to say yes or no because I'm keeping shrimp with like bare minimum. It's got dirt, it's got rocks, it's got a filter with some sponge in it, and moss. And those shrimp is, what is it? I got Cardine shrimp, I got blue shrimp, I got red shrimp, I got yellow shrimp, I got brown shrimp. I got all the shrimp. And they just doing their thing. Hindsight, probably should have separated them, but didn't do that. My bank thought my credit card was compromised on YouTube, so they canceled it on me. Son of a biscuit. That's where your membership went. What's your other go-to besides Chemi? I don't have one. It is Chemi Pure. I was trying it out because Wendy worked for Fritz at the time when they brought in, a product. I did a video on it. It's called Max Out. Tried it out. It's nice, but it's, I don't know. I didn't notice a massive difference. I'm not using it in saltwater. I guess there's a lot of products geared towards that. But Chemi Pure Blue has always been phenomenal for me from the moment I've used it. So I've got to just go with that. So does anybody have any crazy questions? But my 125 gallon, 25 peacocks. What's an acceptable nitrate level? The struggle is real. 40. I mean, just look at it as a 40 rule. I mean, if you're above that, you don't want this, right? Look at my nitrates, they're moving up and down. Now my fish are no longer swimming around. That's the idea, is you don't want this. I have no idea where any of that came from. But this. So was it clickbait? No, it wasn't clickbait. But you should have stayed for the whole video instead of coming in a little late saying, hey, was it clickbait? Because I don't want to be here if it's clickbait. Was it clickbait, Fish Mick? I don't know. But I am telling you, water's leaving this tank faster than you can say, yeah. So the idea is 40. In my head, there are some folks that will go to 50. But when it comes to African cichlids, that's kind of where I stand. No, I will bring it with me since we're moving again. What's some good community fish for a 30 gallon? I like tetras. I like cardinal tetras. T-bone. Woo! My man, or my woman, or my friend. I have no idea, but I greatly appreciate that. It means a lot. The super chats. I don't even, they tell you in like YouTube college, you should talk about super chats more, and you should talk about memberships more, and you should talk about more money, more t-shirts, more hats, more fanny packs, more all of the things. I can't, no, I'm here to have fun. I want to chat. I want to just do our thing. And yeah, it's great. You super chat, fantastic. You want to be a member? Awesome. Great. You want to buy a fanny pack? I don't have them, but there's t-shirts. I love it. But I don't have to talk about it all the time. Did the cops go to the hotel and bust the perps? No, I don't think so. What size tank is that behind you? A 180, 72 by 22 by 22. Can Central American cichlids live on water from a water softener? Potentially, yeah, but it would probably have to be a slow acclimation. But even if you have a water softener, the idea is there's probably a bypass right by that water softener. And if they soften the water that goes outside to your grass, that's a little much. So definitely test that. Community fish for the 30 gallon. I'm going to get back to that. I like tetras, maybe some cory cats. There's pygmy cories that are nice. I don't really go crazy. I mean, if you're into guppies, when I say it, are you into guppies? Mollies. It just feels so weird talking about them. So Yeah, there's those fish. But what's your favorite song to relax to? Oh my goodness. I do like country music. Right now I like Riley Green or Morgan Wallen, his music. But favorite song to relax to? God, that's so hard because there's this. I love all music. I really do. So I like all music. I'll listen to some death metal. The only thing I don't what's the music that you told me you liked, Wendy? Oh, like techno house. I'm like, and then there's just like one word and it's like live. Big live. I can't do that. I can't do that music. I'm like, turn the beam beams off, man. I could do Funk Flex when he would do it. But yeah, I can't. You know, or they'll have like one verse and they're like, life is but a big highway. And you're like, oh my goodness, change the beat already. And you just picture the one guy like, okay, everyone, are you ready? Drop the beat. I was like, oh, and then there's just the flashing lights. I can't. No, no. That's the thing. What's his name? Tequeso? Yeah, Tiesto. It sounds like a pasta. Yeah, we're having really nice Merlot with some Tiesto. But then you turn it on and you're like, what is that? Keep it up. Someone will be sleeping on the couch tonight. Well, no, she doesn't. I just don't like music that doesn't have words, I guess. What is that? I just feel like yeah. Man, the concert was so lit. He did the B and C key and the bing bing like 40 times. It was amazing. Like what? No. John, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you, but happy lunar Chinese New Year. Right? It's Chinese New Year? Yeah. Cow? Bull or something, she said. Chinese. Fox. Okay, what? What did the X say? I don't think that's what they said. All right. I don't even know why I did that. Like why that was brought in from there. Jimi Hendrix is phenomenal. I really love Billy Joel. I can't say I love. I do. I enjoy Billy Joel. Fleetwood Mac's really good. I like old U2, like Joshua Tree. I don't like the new stuff where he's like, live, love, laugh. What is this? I think when people are stoned when listening to that music, I think it's beyond that because they're like, this is so great, Vanessa. We should do it every year. Why are all the things glowing, though? This is so great. Why? Oh my goodness, this music is so awesome. It hasn't changed in 4 hours. Why are we sweating? Like that's just that's it. That's it. Adele, yes, she's phenomenal. Johnny Cash is good. I mean, Elton John's great. Somebody said they saw Elton John's first concert. I didn't know you were that old. Oh, last concert. Whew. I saw Garth Brooks live, and honestly, that was an amazing concert. What's in the can you are drinking? It's junk. It really is. Don't ever buy this. Wendy thought it would be really good because I liked Bud Light seltzers. Yes, I like the seltzers. No, we should have just got what we normally got. Look, consistency is key, right? Stability in your aquarium. You can switch it up and get this. What is this? She can't see me, by the way. The doors are closed. So look, here's the deal. I was chatting with somebody that What's the beverage of choice while fish keeping, of course? Probably whiskey. So Buffalo Trace, the Spoon Lady. Who's the Spoon Lady? I'm feeling. What was the? Was it Saturday Night Live? Oh, I think it was Mike Myers. I'm feeling verklempt. I'm feeling real verklempt on this live right now, everyone. Huh? Where is it at? Where's the shares? Where are the likes? Oh. I was talking to somebody that I still know from high school is what I was trying to get out. And they seemed off from knowing who they are. And what was really weird is I said, everything okay? And they said, well, the world is just too much. And I thought to myself, how? Like, strap yourself down in your chair right now because it's about to get real. Real. Straight whiskey bourbon. And they said that from the way things are going right now in terms of social distancing and things, to the hatred, the division in the world, that it was too much and it was overwhelming them. And I thought to myself, I guess that's possible. I sometimes right now feel overwhelmed, but not from the world. More so just, things are different, right? And this is where I'm going to end the video, because I think we really need to understand this, and it is very important because we're losing it. We lose it in everything we do. Fish keeping's no longer fun. Riding a bike, going outside, playing video games, hanging out, arm wrestling, pinky wars, thumb wrestling, whatever it is, we're losing interest in the things we loved because the world is too bad. It's a bad world and it's encroaching on our lives, but we're not even in the whole world. You see, we only have that perception because we clickety clackety. We scroll, the scroll trolls, right? Did you see what Vanessa just posted? She's disgusting. I'm unfollowing her. And then we continue on, and the things that we didn't like are now still showing up. And we're like, the world is just a very crappy place. But really, is it? Or is your world that you are in because of what you do, the news, social media, being glued to something that is not reality, and all you're allowing it to do is influence you every second of the day? That's not me. I'm stronger than that. Mental boom. Oh, can I get it? Yeah. But here is the real deal about it. We're product. We're designed to see the stuff that we are seeing that's causing the emotion. So the things that you don't like that you're seeing, or the way you feel, and you're like, why does everybody feel the same way I do? It was all designed that way because the ads, the next video, the clicks, the shares, whatever comes next, the comments that miraculously pop up, and the people that you haven't known are magically showing up, and you're like, oh my goodness, this person is exactly who I am. It's real. No, it's not. And so you're allowing this BS to control everything that comes in here, through here, and then here on here. Like that. Stop. It doesn't have to be that way. Step outside. Does it look like, I'm not talking about the Ice Age, but when you walk outside, majority of us aren't experiencing war in our country. Majority of us aren't experiencing the vile hatred that is spewed verbally in those quick clips that we see, and we never hear the whole story. Why? Because we're not there, and we're only sold so that we can be bought into what they want. And they is anybody that is selling anything. This isn't a conspiracy. It's the truth. If ads have to be the way they are and we're tracked all through our stuff, so everything the way it is, then how has ad marketing been around for so long and has never really taken a dip? Things are far different. Technologically, advancements, my dog's chewing on a deer antler. Never in a million years did I think that. But the idea that we have to just, this is just the way it is, Jai. I open Facebook. No, you don't have to do that all the time. You don't. You don't have to. Did you see that? I'll give you an example. I'm going to give you an example. Today, I hit social media for work. I hit it personally, and I go through, and then I'm out. 3 times I saw it posted, and I'm going to give you, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This doesn't highlight my political affiliation. This doesn't highlight my religious affiliation. This highlights exactly what I'm talking about. I saw 3 reshared ads, post, news clips, whatever you want to call it. Dallas Mavericks, NBA team. Mark Cuban says, no one will play the national anthem at our 16 home games. What? Now it's being reshared, right? That's the hate. That's the hate. But the positive spin, nobody wants to see it, right? Nobody wants to see it. What they only liked was the trigger effect. No one knew that this had already been going on for more than 5 games. You just heard about it. It's serious. So then it really wasn't important to you. And then the number 2 part is the NBA already told them, well, you have to play it. And even though they skipped the national anthem, they were playing God Bless America. What is the big deal, folks? If you don't like it, we move on. If I walk through the grocery store, I'm like, how could Nabisco make those chips? They're not good. They suck. You don't do that. You don't. Not at all. The things we're doing today are not the things we really do in real life. You go to Facebook Marketplace. I can't believe you're selling that for $5. Do you walk down your street during yard sales and go, I can't believe you're selling that for $5? No, you'd be like, hey, I'll give it $2.50 for it. Like whatever the case is. We have to learn that this is not reality. And if you can't, things aren't going to be very positive for you. But you have control. And you have to start taking control. If you don't like something, move on. Enjoy it. Don't lose focus on everything that's around you that is important just because somebody reshared some lame article that didn't have the full story. Well, that's all I got. Stop living in a shelter and watch something cool on TV, like Stranger Things. I'm finishing the 3rd season, hopefully this week. But that's it. I love having Wednesday nights. I hope you enjoy it. Leave a comment, have fun, and share all of this, all of the fun. Until next time, you know what's next. Holla!